Hello there everyone, Ashley here from European Location Services. So I thought I'd give you a quick rundown and discussion on some of the parts of the moving process to Europe. So, since Brexit from the UK, obviously you can't just let it go. Simple enough, right? So, what's actually involved now and how many people are involved in the process? Well, to start with, obviously, the first part of the process hasn't changed. Obviously, you as a customer find a removal company you want to get a quote from, you send them the information they ask for the quote. You decide you like the quote, book with the mover. The mover then, using ourselves here at European Location Services as an example, will ask you for a set of documents they need to prove things to both the UK customs and the Spanish customs for the customs import and export processes. So that's the first thing. Obviously, the first part of the process is the normal part. Nothing's changed. Then obviously you've now got the admin ensuring the booking, making sure that's also not changed in that sense, but the admin is showing the booking, showing everyone knows what day the remover is going to be there, what time, coordinating all that, and then obviously there's sorted and coordinating the customs, and then obviously delivering and stuff. So the only extra stage is Brexit is the customs process, but besides that, what's actually involved? What processes are they? Well, first, as I say, stage one, as I said, you find the mover, the book, in communication, etc. So that's really stage 1 and 2. Then the mover sorts the admin for the booking out, and then asks for the customs docs. Stage 5 is sorting out the customs. Some parts of this will be done in advance of the load. So obviously getting the customs docs off you, which relates back to stage 4, but yeah, get the customs docs off you and stuff. Obviously, stage 6, vehicle loads at you. We then, let's just say the load in the UK, we then head off to the port where we get a T1 form. We ship from New Haven, which enables us to do it there. We could do 30% of an inland border facility, which is obviously where the GVSM comes in, which is one of the custom processes the mover or the carrier has to do. So obviously as part of the process, I generate a GMR code, which is sent off to the van team. The van's team will cut that code and it tells them whether they then need to go to an IBF or they can just go straight to the port. They get to the port, because we run from the UK to Europe under the thing called the T1. The team go off and see UK Border Force, who verify the docs and the T1 and issue us the T1. The crew then go and book in with the ferry staff, so in our case DFDS. They then wait for the ferry crossing to happen, obviously board the ferry, unboard the ferry, come off the ferry at Dieppe. They then go through French Customs. Well, French Customs can't obviously search something, obviously they do need to see the paperwork, the passports and stuff, so they go through that. Then they rumble through France and into Spain. We generally come in through a place called Somport Tunnel, which leads us to Jaca, if I'm pronouncing that correctly. Jaca to the English here, but Jaca, if I recall correctly, to the Spanish here. We then rumble along, depending where we're going, depends which customs clearance facility we rumble to. If we're going to sort of Barcelona, we go to La Jarancora. But if we're going anywhere else, we will go across to a place in the Valencia province where we get cleared. The customs clearance is then done. We turn them into the depot. They let our Spanish custom broker know we're there. The Spanish custom broker does their stuff and communicates with the Spanish government, who clear the goods, work out exactly what duties are owed. So we work on a rough approximate figure, which I can explain more if you were communicating with us for a booking, which I would be explaining that, and also the custom process I explained there as well. We then the loads cleared, customs sorted, customs paid, because we always have to pay there and then, which is why we have to have the money off you in advance. We then rumble on to the delivery. Sounds simple, right? It is. The only added difficulty now is, you've got to go to custom facilities, which obviously adds time, so we can't give you an exact time. That's why we're now working on a 3 to 4 day average shipping schedule, whereas before we were working on a 2 to 3 day schedule pre-Brexit. Yeah. Then there's obviously most of the added admin and Brexit-related procedures are sorted out in the office. Now, if you're leaving it to the mover, you as a customer, all you have to worry about is sending me the paperwork I asked for. Simple as that. Sending me the paperwork I asked for, I sort it out between myself, our UK agent who sorts out, for example, we're using here is exporting to Spain, sorts out the export and sorts out the T1, generates a T1, which we're initially given as an LNR, local reference number, LRN, sorry, local reference number. We then give that to, as I said, UK Border Force. But yeah, so yeah, that gives you a sort of idea of some of the stages. there's quite a few people involved, if you can think. Using a CRS as an example, obviously, there's our driver, my dad, Paul. Normally, Mum, Lynn as a porter, occasionally Richard might. Anyway, so there's two generally there. Me in the office, 3. I would have liked to give an exact figure for the customers and brokers because of, yeah, I can tell you different names of people, but 2-3 people with our UK agent and probably sorting things out, 2-3 in the Spanish end. Again, 1 or 2 people sorting for UK Border Force, for example. Then you've got the check-in staff for the ferry. We also got our account staff for the ferry to sort our accounts out, as in booking us onto the ferry and stuff. You've got the ferries, onboard ferry staff, report staff. So yeah, there's a lot of people in the chain of getting your goods directly or indirectly across to you in Europe if you're in Spain. Are they handled more often since Brexit? In theory, they can be unloaded at UK Border Force or the inland border facilities where the UK government officials can unload it and do a full check, full strip out, or various levels of that. So yes, there is obviously the possibility of extra handling there. Again, the same can occur at Spanish custom facilities. So yes, in theory, they can be handled more now than they were pre-Brexit. Although obviously, random custom checks could occur pre-Brexit with stuff. Obviously, we can't be, as a rule, turfed out in France when we're running a T1 because obviously the customs authorities between the UK and Spain on this one as part of the international systems. When we're running from Spain to the UK, yes, the French customs can do checks as well if they want. So yeah, there is possibilities as pre-Brexit and even now of customs checking things. In fact, obviously since Brexit, the chances are higher than ever. So yeah, but will they be handled multiple times beyond what I've just discussed? As a rule, the only times they'll be handled are we load it onto our vehicle, we unload it at the other end. We don't, as a rule, tranship or anything like that. There will be rare exceptions where that does occur, but as a rule, the only times they'll be handled, unless customs unload us to inspect, is when they're loaded on the van and unloaded on the vehicle. That's about it. But yeah. So, hopefully that gives you a bit of an understanding of the customs processes. And some of this I've discussed before, yeah. And some parts of this, what I've discussed here briefly, I have in other videos discussed in more detail, so explore the channel, you'll probably find more info. Pop by our website again, you'll find more. But yeah. Yeah, as I say, I won't put a figure on how many people are involved because obviously you've got the UK agents, the Spanish agents, UK Border Force officials, the Spanish customs officials, both at the customs depot, Spanish customs officials at the Spanish government or whatever they sort out, probably Madrid, our customs broker in Spain. Bear in mind, the customs brokers and the customs officials are 2 separate entities. The brokers are private companies that are providing customs clearance services, whereas the customs officials, is where I'm referring to here, are like the UK Border Force in Spain, the Guardia Civil, often doing customs, occasionally National Policia Nacional nights, or in France, the Douane. Yeah. So yeah, the brokers are not the agents. That's why I always make a point of saying the broker. But yeah, basically the only really extra process in Brexit is the customs process. Yes, the customs process is an A1 done. There is obviously stages to the customs process. I have to generate several spreadsheets, which is where one of the parts that comes from. I have to do 2 spreadsheets actually for the UK agent, one declaring the goods, and one giving more general information such as what vehicle it's on and all that. So there's all that extra, and you'd have to do that if you did a self-move as well. So yeah, it's also worth noting that if you're doing a self-move, while it is still possible to do, obviously you need a customs broker at both ends. You will need potentially, depending on which way you're going. If you're going from the UK to Spain, for example, we have to have an ENS, which for us is done as a part of the customs process on behalf of ourselves through the ferry company, whereas the rest of the customs is done by our brokers and myself. That bit DFGS do as a part of our online application systems for booking the ferries, but you would need an ENS. To get an ENS, you need an EORI. To get an EORI, you've got to be a business, basically. You can get a personal EORI, but obviously to get an EORI takes time. It'll only be an economic operator's registration ID. We've got 2, one for the UK and one for France. You also, to do an ENS into Europe, which is a legal required part of the customs process, need a EU EORI. So that could be French, Spanish, German, any of the 27 EU countries. We use a French one because obviously our main point of entry into and out of Europe is in France, so it makes sense for us having a French one. We could have had a Spanish one, but we chose a French one. Yeah. But so there's that, the spreadsheets, obviously. We have to also verify the load more detailed since Brexit while loading, which obviously that means the loading and process is a little slower, but yeah. Most of the extra processes involving the customs process and moving since Brexit to the EU and Spain will not affect you as a customer moving when you're letting the mover handle it. There is more work, but that's even more reason, as I've probably said in other videos, to allow the mover to handle your customs process for you. Because we have the experience. We have, in our case, I've done over 100 custom processes both into the UK and out of the UK, import and export, Spain. I would really like to put a figure on how many customs processes our UK broker's done, our French broker's done, our Spanish broker. We have a French broker not for when we're doing UK Spain, but we can do France, UK, and vice versa. The UK French broker doesn't get involved in the Spanish to UK runs. That's our Spanish and UK agents only. But I wouldn't like to say how many moves I've done. So if I don't know the answer, or another member of the ERS team, Lynn or Paul, don't know the answer, we can check with our Spanish broker if need be, our French broker, or our UK broker. So we have experience. Movers doing the routes regularly. Movers dealing with import and export and customs processes as part of their job and move for you as a customer. Have that experience which benefits you as a customer. It simplifies the move for you. Saves mega times because of you're not like, oh, have I done that bit right? Have I done that bit right? Have I done the GMR right? Which is the Goods Vehicle Movement System, which generates the GMR. Oh, have I got an account for the GVSM? How do I get on that? How do I get an EORI? How do I do this? All these steps and stages which are a part of the process. If you're doing it once to move, if you're doing it individually, and I'm not disrespecting anyone, I'm not saying anyone's stupid, far from it, they are doable, but obviously it's complicated if you're not used to it. I remember the first few times I did it, I had to check things with our UK broker to make sure I'd done things right. And the UK broker would be like, oh, can you just adjust this on the system? So obviously, now it's a case of duh. But you would be the exact same, and it slows things down. And if you could get a broker, a lot of brokers will only deal with commercial customers and stuff. So it is possible to move to Europe and do it as a self move. As discussed in this video, going through all the custom processes and another video, it's not recommended. Leave that to a mover. Thanks everyone for your time. Bye for now. What do all YouTubers say at this point? So you want like, subscribe, etc. Only do that if you do like it. Bye for now, everyone. Thanks. Catch you later.